Here we go. Hello.
Hi, Ara.
Hey, it's KoolKKyle. In Soviet Russia, the lag lags you. Exactly. Awesome. So if you guys are not watching on here already, you totally should. Multitwitch.tv and KoolKKyle and Dark Lily as well. Here we go. Dark Lily.
Alright, nerds.
Good.
Basically, we're going to be talking about the producer's letter tonight. We're going to spend the next little bit talking about that, and then Dark and I will get back to leveling and stuff, but we do want to talk about what's going to go on. So,
yeah.
let me get
What's
to
going
a
on
good
in
spot, then we'll continue.
In the world of LOTRO. Well, I actually have it up. I put it in a little mini text document, so I didn't have to have a whole browser window open just to read my screen. Right now I'm trying to do Webs of the Scuttledells and trying to solo that. I don't know how well I'm going to do, but we'll see. Because I've never done it. I have no idea what's coming.
Giant fucking spider at the end that's gonna, like...
Yeah, he'll tear you apart.
Awesome. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
Are you doing it on level?
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
Have you gotten to the first boss?
Nope.
You can't actually solo it. I think you might be able to. If you light the beacons in time.
Yeah.
If I
You
what?
have to light 3 beacons.
At the first boss, there's 3 beacons you have to light to summon this boss, and I think you have to do it in a time frame. So you might have to just use your sprint and run over and do it real quick. Don't know if you can.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Alright.
I don't know if you guys remember I turned out that I kind of almost broke the game, but when I first started off the stream, I was doing the quest in Dol Amroth where you talk to the pirate guy or whatever, and you're supposed to jump off his ship, and I was like, heck no, I'm staying and fighting. And I lived and got him all the way down, and then he was like, get off my ship. Oh, it's a poison troll.
Oh, bro, the jewel.
So, producer's letter.
Yep. 2 seconds.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Liberator. I don't know if y'all are watching on... I don't know if Mr. Liberator, if you're watching on Multi-Twitch, or if you can hear me. But yes, minstrels are very, very nice out in the moors. The first boss kills you. Oh boy. Okay. It's one of those things where I'm excited to see how far I get. You know? Because it's a good challenge. Let's go this way first.
We got to the moors a lot. Laurel, the other lady in the call, myself, and Stevers and stuff, we do the moors a lot, and we have a good time doing it. We have a great time doing it. It's a challenge, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
But being a mini out there, I've listened to the other raid group before just because Laurel plays the creep side, and I'm able to listen in, and I immediately hear, get the mini, the mini's the target, get the mini.
It's because...
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's... For creep side and freep side, there
are... Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. This is Laurel, by the way. She's one of our good friends.
Oh, hi Laurel.
Hi.
I've heard you a lot.
I'm sorry you've had to hear this disgusting voice. But,
Alright.
one of the things for creep side is that there are certain classes you stay away from. Mini's gonna be one of them because minis can easily take out, like, ranked creep if you're not, like, above 5. They can easily take you out.
Yeah. I think, although on a warg, I will say that in a group fight, I usually tend to pick 2 minis and just try to lock them down and make their lives absolutely miserable. And it's tons of fun. Beardoin, you wouldn't mind eating a pack of Mars Galaxy minstrels now. Nice.
Well, and it's the same principle as it's like we were out there one time, and there were a bunch of us, and we were fighting, and Sweet Steve is on his bird with another bird, and they circled around the back and blew up their mini, which is a defiler, and then their wards blew up our mini. So it's like, okay, good job, guys, thank you.
Yep.
GG.
Well done.
Right, so here's how I think we should do this producer's letter. I think everybody should be able to talk about it. So I think we'll start with LIs. We'll just go down the list, just as it is.
Sounds good.
And we'll start with, of course, Ara, you started off, and you just kind of talk on each one, and then we'll go to Dark Lily and myself, and we'll talk and everything, and of course Lily's going to have to type it out. And then once we think we've covered it, we'll move on.
Alrighty. So the first one, it says, with the Osgiliath update, you'll be able to imbue level 100 items, as imbued items continue to gain experience and will no longer need to be deconstructed to advance. These items are already in internal testing. Yay! There's many details to work out, but you should expect a dev diary later in the year on the topic.
And what does that mean to you, sir?
I'm not quite sure, actually. Thank you for asking. But I'm really curious to find out. Part of me is excited because it's like, yay, we don't have to decon stuff. But part of me is wondering at what point, like, how much of it will change, you know? Because as it is, all things considered, the LI system is reasonably decent. It's an incredible grind. But once you get yourself a good item, like once you get yourself a good sword at the end or whatever, it's like, yes, I'd love to be able to keep this. So I absolutely love the idea of it.
The only thing with the legendary system that they put right here is they really didn't go into detail about it, which I understand why they did, because it's wanting to edge you on. It's like that little bait trail where you want to follow it and not know about it, because I totally get that. I think it's going to be interesting and not needing the construction, which means I'm very interested to see if you're going to get it. It does it from level, okay, so what, you get it your first one at 45, right? So
right.
At level 45 to let's say 95, is it going to be the old system, and then at 100 it clicks in, and the new system is at level 100? Do you think that's what they're going to do?
I do, because it says level 100 items, and also because of the fact that we've been told that there will be no level cap increases this year. So for the entire year of 2015, there'll be no level cap increase, which is stupendous. Yep. So, to me, like Crystallization, Dark Lily says, she thinks it'll be like Crystallization with it also stopping at level 100. Okay, I'm about at the boss. I'm extinguishing a brazier here. Okay. Here we go. And go.
I think it's going to be interesting. I think, and the other thing is, one of the bigger things, crafting. Crafting the level 100 stuff, is it going to be different? Is it going to be same?
Makes you wonder.
It's got to be different. And if so, then you can't use you can't use the same symbols. I mean, so they're going to have to implement new ones. I imagine the old ones that you get. And one of my things that I was thinking about was, what about the current one that I'm wearing, like on Lux? Like, I got my two first stage symbols, and I've been working on them. So what are we going to do with those? Are they carry on to the new system, or am I going to have to get the new stuff to make a new one?
Right? Yeah, it's going to be interesting. By the way, I'm at this first boss. I was able to summon him successfully, but I don't know what will happen afterwards.
Down, and then waves of ads come, then burn him down, then
waves of ads come from the berries. The thingies just lit, they come from there.
Okay, cool.
From behind.
Their new system is going to land top like the Elfstone upgrades. I heard that. Yeah, I read on that. That was.
I could use a hope token. Yeah. So basically, it's gonna be a situation, I think, of the reason why, honestly, like, I don't know how it'll go, because what for me I'm saying is, like, I don't want to build a first stager right now. I have the materials to build a first stager, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to waste it, you know? Like, will it stack? Will it blend, you know? I have no idea what it'll look like. Oh, I really should have had a hope token for this. I did not know that I needed a hope token. I also need to get out of purple. So
yeah,
that's,
I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I look forward to seeing how it's gonna work. It's gonna be cool to see, like, I'm just gonna use my Guardian as an example through the whole thing. It's like getting my sword and my belt at level 45, and then getting excited, and then getting to 100. It kind of gives you more motivation to want to get to 100 faster and more thorough. So that way, by the time you're at 100, you already have stuff saved up to get ready for your level 100 stuff. So, and I think it's gonna be cool. And I think it's going to be cool. Dark Lily says it's going to look like it's going to be an item of evolution, so to use a leveling up as an example. Yeah, I think it's going to be really neat. I think it's going to be really, really fun to be able to get your new legs on it. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely it will be.
But, like, oh, congratulations, you've got max targeting on this now. Yay, it's what I wanted. So it's going to be neat to work for it.
Sorry if I'm not like being super cooperative right now. He's down to 170k.
If you have, Darkly says, if you have a level 60 and you reach level 65, and you use an item to turn the level into 65 so it scales up. Okay. Like I said, I know this is going to be, there's more events to come, and this is just for the first part of the year. So between now and I'll just say June, because it said just the first half of the year.
Right.
This is a lot of changes for...
It really is, all things considered.
This is a lot. Especially with them not increasing the level cap, which my personal opinion about this, I'm glad they're not increasing it to like 110 or whatever.
Absolutely, me too. I'm very happy that they're not messing with that.
Because a lot of games struggle when you go from one. Okay, so now the level cap, because I mean, most of us were around when the level cap was 50, and then it went up to 65, then 75, 85, 90, and then 100. I mean, so it's gonna be pretty interesting.
Oy vey. I'm suffering
so
here.
The next one is New Fellowship. Oh wait, hold on 1 second. And the other thing, relics. Will relics scale as well? They're gonna have to.
That's a very interesting question.
They're gonna have to.
I would imagine they'd have to.
I mean, they have to grow and evolve through. They're gonna have to grow and evolve and gain stats on it. And I wonder if they would do it like some essences, where I wonder if they would do it like some essences. You know, like there's some essences like specifically traded for hunters, where they get a 25% crit chance on this. So I wonder if they would evolve that into the relic system.
Oh, you were so close. Sorry, I'm totally not paying any attention right now. I'm very close. I am totally ignoring my entire chat, which I apologize greatly for. I'm trying to not die. Yes, I've defeated him.
Lily says, think they will have to replace, not upgrade, just like new items in it. I don't know. I almost want to say that.
See, but that kind of goes against the whole Imbue Legendary Hunter where it goes up with you. If they're trying to work on a thing where you gain experience and it grows with you, like a legendary item should, you wouldn't have to replace it then. You would assume that those things, the gems and everything that you place in the runes when I would grow with you, like they're trying to suggest.
Well, right, and I agree. I think that to Imbue the whole, because it says legendary items. Now I understand that the item is stuff and the slotted part is not part of it, but in my personal opinion, I think the relics and everything should scale with it. I think you should be able to get it, and if you find another relic to replace it later that you might get a different stat on or something, that's your own thing. It's like getting the block and incoming healing rating. I love that because incoming healing on a guard is one of the essential things to make.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's huge. So I think putting that on there and having it evolve with you is pretty cool. I think that'd be a good system. Now, do I think that they're going to do that 100%? No. I think it will probably be like Dark Lily says, but I think it should evolve with you.
Yeah, I think at 100 it will evolve with you. To catch up with chat here on my end, yeah, LOTRO, I've never heard of an MMO that promises no level cap increase. And it does have me wondering, Gray, because he says there's going to be 2 more expansions, which is 3 regions level 100, which is pretty impressive. Osgiliath and Minas Tirith. Lexicon also has First Aiders waiting before imbuing details as well. Expansions, coming expansions, blah, 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 blah. Turbine points, stream keeps freezing. No! You had to refresh the page. Let me see. I'm not showing any issues on my end. It might be Twitch. It's probably Twitch. And yes, I did kill the bugger that always kills you. I did manage to do it. Barely, barely, barely. I'm afraid to click this cocoon. So yeah.
So the next topic is new fellowship challenges. As we push forward into the heart of the War of the Rings, this is the perfect time for us to renew our forces on group content and instances. Expect new instances in Osgiliath, along with the revolving threats and the group content on the landscape. Okay, well that's cool. I'm excited about. I think that's really cool. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with new fellowship challenges. Yep, warbands are going to be something that I think that they're going to be doing. I think that they're going to, yep, I agree. I think that they will make warbands more of a thing. I think that LOTRO did want to make warbands a huge, huge thing. And it is-ish, but I think it was more so. It's really fallen by the wayside.
It
really
declined after Rohan. Like, they gave you, like, armor for it in Rohan. They're like, oh, you can, like, make your warband look like this, you can make it look like that. And they really implemented it. But then once you get past Rohan into other areas, you only have the actual you only have the deed for Gondor.
You're thinking. I think you're thinking War Steed.
No. We're thinking of Warbands itself. Yeah,
like the roving monster threats. Is what we're thinking of with warbands.
I think that's really fallen by the wayside. Now, where it says expect new, and y'all interject whenever y'all want to, and of course, Lily, I'll read off whatever you say. They did say that there's going to be no new raids with this.
Right, which is a shame.
That is a shame. That is something I'm very upset. But it is only within a 6-month period. So they could be hoping for something later, but that is a shame. One thing I was talking to actually Laurel about yesterday is they said new instances in Osgiliath, which is cool, but the one thing that makes me sad about all that is if I was a level 1 and I wanted to go all the way to 100, you don't have any new, but I've been playing for a while. I don't have any new content instance-wise until I get to 100. I always wish that they would throw in a level 30 or 45 instance or a 50 instance and have it scale. Have it scale so everybody can enjoy it, but you have to get to 50 to enjoy it. It's like Pelagir. Right. Not a lot of people want to take you anymore because they're like, it's a scaling instance, but you need to be of level to do it. It's like, that's ridiculous.
Well, the downside is, to do that, you'd have to completely rework how they do scaling. Because as it is, the scaling really isn't that great, as you know from the Moors. A scaled creep or freep is like meh. It just gives you basically more vitality.
And I don't mean scaling like I don't mean scaling like Pelagir and Helm's Deep and stuff. I mean at level 50, you can queue up for a level 52 dungeon at 50. That's what I mean. I don't necessarily think it needs to be. Yeah, I don't. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. About the thing that I am most interested in about that statement about new fellowship challenges is the fact that they are not listed as epic battles. To me, that's a good thing. I mean, I like epic battles as much as the next dude. Some people in my kin refuse to do them whatsoever. And a lot of people really don't like them. But I like them enough. But I picked a Guardian to play a Guardian. I didn't. I picked a Guardian because the name sounded cool. But I continue to play Guardian because I want to play Guardian, not because I want to play an engineer or an officer. So I like that we'll get a chance to use our classes again the way they're intended to in a group. That's what I'm very excited about. I want to tank something that's difficult. There's a lot of things now that aren't very difficult. People are farming them in a matter of a week. So I'd like to see them come out with something that's truly difficult and hard for a fellowship to do. And I really think they might. I think that's what I'm excited about.
They need to give some special reward killing warbands like they did in the big battle system merit stuff. I agree with that. The more skills, yes it does. The more skills at level 10. You don't really want to go in at level 10.
No, you don't.
I went in at 75, and the only reason I ever went to 75 is because I had Dragoth armor, so it restored my health to 100%, and it just pissed creeps off, so I just did it as a joke.
Yeah, it really does.
It's good to get like max only. You can go in. It's at your risk if you go lower because the scaling is really shitty.
Depends. It depends. Black door.
I would say
like if you're like I was an RK and I went in at 45 and scaled up, it was terrible. I won't ever go back until I'm at level.
Any class you go in scaled, you're gonna get eaten alive. But I would say no lower than 90 if you want to go out and survive a little bit. If you're in a group, if you're above 90, you'll live a while. But anything below 90, people
if you're a mini and stuff and you want to go out there in a group, as long as your group protects you and stuff, you'll have a better chance.
I gotta say, from creep side coming from this, I've seen people who are like 75 going in, and they're like 1v1ing people, and they're completely fine. They're fucking flying through. Like, if you're a mini, a Berg, or a Lore Master, or a Warden, actually, with those bleeds, if you're like DPSing, you're fine. You can go and do quest and turn shit in and...
Yeah, absolutely.
That I wish they... Now, I mean, since we're on the... actually, I'll say this till we get to the PvMP part, because that's my favorite part.
Alrighty.
I'm pumped to talk about that, so...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the quality of life. We have been looking to identify your most persistent bugs. You can... Well, that's not something we can really talk about totally, but they're improving the gameplay experience. They're getting rid of bugs, so that's going to be good. One of the biggest things overall, and let me read what Lily has to say. Raid style missions. She wants to talk about that. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, we're not going to skip anything. We're going to talk about that.
In Deadman, I would agree absolutely. He says if you already have Moore's gear from 85 or something, then you're all right. Moore's gear will help you so much.
Ouch.
Moore's gear will immensely help you in the Moors, even scaled.
Yeah, it will.
The Audacity, yes, absolutely.
But I think one of the biggest
Play
concerns
Warden.
that they really need to fix is the connection issue. It's like poor little Laurel over here will be like zoning into Pelagear to run it. She'll be like, I have to restart my client. It's not loading. And all this, they need to fix it because after the Gondor update, it's really taken a hit and they're hurting people. They need to fix it.
And
they're not the only one that I've seen.
Right. Their hardware moves are actually are definitely going to be helping that a lot, I think, because they're moving to newer hardware itself here soon. So that will help a lot, I think, with that.
Also for bugs, are they gonna fix little bugs in like little like areas? Like I've had many bugs, like for some instances, like I know for some people there's a bug in Moria for the Lumineers where you're doing the mirror challenge, like one of the mirrors doesn't reflect. Will they fix that? Will they fix
Yep. See, that's actually they had a whole forum thread about, you know, what are your top 10 bugs, top 10 things you wish we would fix. Little things like when you ride a war steed into ankle deep water, you get dismounted. It's annoying. Little things like that. That's what they're going to fix. That's what that's referring to.
Dark Lily says, to that means that they are going to bring going back to the old zones and bringing them forward to the current system. So that, there are so many zones that are still left to bring forward. Absolutely.
They've gone back and fixed some of them, like they fixed the Troll Shaws and like the North Downs to make them better.
And Everswim and all that, but like
it'd be good if they fixed the new areas as well and added some more stuff that connected them a bit. Like it was nice going back as a Bjorning and going back to Archit at least and seeing like just a teeny bit of change and being like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, it was like when they revamped Bree, what, 2 years ago or something. That was really cool. Yeah. That was awesome.
Lexicon, nobody saw that.
Third Bree
Turns out with this spider, there's holes in the floor that you die when you fall through. Whoops.
Oh, yeah.
Rip. I should send you some pics of what happened when running my Brioni and I ran over a puddle. I have one, pardon my language, I have one where Laura was here. I ran into the Bree hall, the Bree auction hall like twice now, and it bugs out, and it's like you're jumping in water, but it shoots you in the air, and I fly around Bree. Because I can't help it. There's nothing I can do.
That's awesome.
I have screen caps from that, no lie.
Oh, I have the video from it.
As well. It was just flying around.
See, Kyle, this is why you should save your previous broadcast so you can keep things like that up there.
Oh, I record everything. I just
okay.
About uploading it. I bought an external hard drive because I was like, man, I never realized how much video consumes your.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I don't actually record while I stream. It's too much on my computer.
Okay, hold on. I'll pull up the next thing. Okay,
awesome.
So
thank you guys in chat telling me how to get there fast.
Does anybody else want to talk about the quality of life, fellowship challengers, or legendary items before we move to the last three?
I do have a question about this instance. Asking my people following me in chat and people talking. I'm facing a big fat spider with cocoons glowing on the ground and holes in the floor. What do I need to know about this?
You go under the spider.
You know that torch that... No, wait, hold on. You know that torch that the ranger dude has next to him?
Okay.
Yup.
You know that torch? There's going to be webs around the side and whatnot that you can burn down so it cuts the cocoons off from her so you don't have to deal with as many mobs as you would. It'd be awesome if you could do that. That's why it's usually a 3-man. You have one person run around and do that while everybody else tries to grab aggro. But if not, Lux, take it away. Okay.
No, that's pretty much it. With you by yourself, you're just going to have to...
Just going to have to kill it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. For science. Here we go.
That floor is just a fucking menace.
What? It won't knock me back though, will it? That's my concern, is that it's gonna like knock me all over the place and I'm gonna have issues with my life impending here.
Stay like in a cross type formation where like if the spider does hit you, you'll fly back where you won't actually die until like the end.
I'm just gonna kill it normal people style.
Yeah, I think that's going to be your best way to do it by yourself. The next one is episodic content. This is kind of interesting.
I'm very interested about this one.
Development on new type of quest content that will roll out with the new episodic TV show, a little at a time, as you follow a new friend across Middle Earth, seeing familiar places in new light. That's going to be interesting. Is it going to be...
This is one... We have no idea about this one, really. Like, we can speculate all we want. Dark Lily says it sounds like an in their absence type thing. Yes, it does, but I'm wondering... I mean, all we know, the only thing we've been told about this is that it does not involve those giant signature things that were hanging around in, like, Angmar and stuff earlier. That's all we know about this. That's the only thing we've been told. That's it. That's like absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of LOTRO. Yeah, there was like some unnamed 100-level mobs in Angmar that were just running around randomly, and people were like, "What are these?" The only thing we know about the episodic content is that it's not that, and that's it. That's the only thing that we know.
I think it'll be interesting. Yeah, it does sound like the in their absence line to me. Like, this is one of those ones that it's gonna be very interesting. I don't know. This is the one that I don't really have much to say about because
me neither. Just because we don't know, you know.
But no, hold on. Think it's gonna be in their absence where we go back to old zones and do a dungeon in a month or something. Yeah, that'll be interesting. We'll see. I'm interested to see what it's going to do. This is one of those ones that, to me, it's like, that's a really cool feature you're adding. A lot of people are going to be, like, head over heels for it. To me, it's like, okay, that's cool that you're adding it. I mean, it's not going to affect me much, because I'm not really... I guess I won't be into it as much, but it'll be cool. I think it'll be a really cool idea.
Right. I mean, if it... Beardorn says he enjoys it in STO. Yeah, but the thing is, they've said it's unlike any other game's episodic content. We have no idea what it's going to be like. And that's what's interesting about it, is that we just have no idea. So, it's one of those things where we can speculate all we want. We should, you know what we should do that'd be fun? Let's just do wild speculative guesses. Swag. Scientific wild-ass guess. What do you think it is? I'm serious. We'll just take turns. Swag. Go.
It's gonna pull some Game of Thrones. It's gonna pull some Game of Thrones type bullshit with that Telltale game that they came out with. It's gonna be something like that. I feel like where it's gonna be like, hey, follow this character.
That would be awesome. And see, and I'm sitting over here saying, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna care about it, but it's gonna happen. I'm gonna be like, God dang it, I can't believe that happened.
But
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You'll follow a new friend across Middle Earth. Is this like is it gonna be someone from the actual like Lord of the Rings book? Is it gonna be like an OC they're gonna create who kind of ties in with it, or like that's who I'm interested in. What I'm interested in at least. And then like again tying with the previous argument we were talking about the changing of the areas. If they change the areas, is that what we're saying? Where we're saying seeing familiar places in a new light? Are they going to change the areas and then have us go back and do stuff there? Like have quests and whatnot and be like, oh, this is what happened. Like maybe like rebuild Arathaert or something. I know that was something that
probably
people
going to be
discussed
an original content, probably no dungeons. See, I agree with Dark Lily. I think it's really cool. I think that idea would be cool, going back and like rebuilding Arathaert or something like that and doing stuff like that. But I don't think it's going to be dungeons, especially coming up with new fellowship challenges and stuff. So,
man, I ran out of power.
Right, so the next one is a big topic that the last two are the ones that I'm like the most pumped to talk about. The first one is server populations. Based upon your feedback, we're taking measures to get everyone onto more populous servers so that finding parties is easier and festivals and line events are more fun. We are working on both improved server transfer tools and upgrades to our environments to improve playability. We'll also be moving our European servers back to EU. More details coming soon. Okay, so in a nutshell on that, I think what they're going to be doing is I think they're going to be giving, because I can't pronounce her name that well. Vivian. Oh, okay. There you go, Vivian. She said in one letter that I saw from Dark Lily that nobody's going to be forced to transfer to a server that they don't want to.
Correct.
So no one's going to be forced to transfer. Like, okay, hypothetically speaking, you guys don't freak out on me. If they close Wendy, if they're like, okay, we're closing Wendy, they would give everybody enough passes to be able to transfer all your tunes somewhere.
Right.
Basically, you'd be able to transfer your whole account to one area. Like Brandywine. Brandywine's 100% safe. Nothing will ever happen to that because it's so populated. They'd actually probably close it off to that. So if they close Wendy, they give you a token, and you'd have to transfer out to another server. Now, I think the servers that are safe, I honestly think, like Wendy, I think we're 100% safe, honestly. I think we're stronger. We've grown a lot. The PvP is getting a little stronger right now. I think we're safe. Brandywine's safe. I think it's the little servers like Firefoot and other places like that they're going to be like, okay, guys, y'all have to go to.
We've got some questions and stuff in chat.
Go ahead.
Greymaster says Sarah Oakart will remember that. Lexicon says calling her a pessimist, but she thinks it's a return to the volume books 11 through 15 that cleared old stories. And Sam Burke says he hopes it comes out on Bullroarer for testing, which would be really interesting. Volume 1 Burks, and 30 plus servers probably is overkill. And Pidden, they might merge servers, but the thing is, Pidden, is that they've said that they are not going to merge servers. They've specifically said that they will never merge servers. What they will do is that they'll close down servers and let people go wherever they choose.
Which is good because if you ever are part of a server merge, like I was in Terra, and they, instead of doing a bunch of different little servers like they used to, they did a bunch of populated server. They just merged into one giant server, a mega server, which was cool and everything. But I think one way that would really affect this, and it's not going to happen, but one thing that I saw that over my years of playing MMOs that I think would really be ecstatic and be awesome is if they did do they didn't server merge, they just closed servers down and let the other servers merge with everybody else. It'd be really cool, but one thing that I think would really help is having a server-wide instance queue. And they're talking about changing those servers and stuff. What they did in Terra was, like, let's say I'm a Guardian playing, like on there it was a Lancer. I was playing a Lancer, and I wanted to queue up for Same Ghoul. I would queue up, I'd pick, I'm a tank, and all this, and it would queue me up, and then I would get matched with, like, 4 other people, and their name, it would say KoolKKyle, and under it would say Winfola. It would say where I was from, and then that way people across servers could play with each other, and you would, at all times a day, you would all get to play with each other. I always stood by that, and I always thought that was such a cool idea.
I don't think they can actually physically do that, though, is the only issue with that one. Due to the limitations, if nothing else, because of names, the names of people, I don't think they can physically do that. And I know Lily's saying a lot of stuff, and it's popping up on my screen.
So Lily says, because she has 17 slots, but it doesn't break her cap. Okay. That's not going to happen. They can't do that because their system is 8 years old. Old Tech is 4 years old. Yeah, I know. They won't ever do that in here. But again, they won't ever. They're not going to merge servers. They're going to just close them down and let everybody go to the server.
Absolutely.
Which is good because if they merge servers, then like if Ara and Lily, Laurel, and I were playing together and we're such a core group, and then they start merging servers and stuff, we could lose track of each other and all that. Anyway.
Yeah. And again, they won't merge servers, if nothing else, because of the sheer logistical capability. Like they can't merge servers. It's just something that they can't do with the systems and technologies that they have. That's pretty much all we know about it. We know that they will.
That's pretty much all we do now.
They'll close. We know that they will close a server or 2 or more. We don't know what servers will be the servers that are safe. I messed up my skills.
I don't think that we're gonna have any like dignified safe servers, but it's like Winfola. We don't have a huge crowd. I think we're gonna be one of the servers that people merge into. Well, I'm gonna say the word merge, but people transfer into.
Right.
I don't think that we'll necessarily be the ones that are scared of leaving our servers and stuff. So.
Right, and I think you're right. I don't see like Gladden, Winfola, The larger servers, nah, ain't happening. They're not gonna. Odds are, I can't say never, because we don't know. Again, but I really honestly don't see it happening where they'll close any of the large servers or
So
the ones that
giving
are even remotely large.
Dark Lily says, so giving her tokens to move 17 tunes means she can't move tunes onto our server. She has people on. No, I don't think that they're going to give you, like, 17 little tokens to transfer. I think they'll give you one to transfer your account, honestly. I mean, how else would you... I mean, it's like I have, like, a bunch of characters on Brandywine and then 3 on here. So how will it work on a merge? I think that basically on a merge, I think they'll just be like, okay, Dark Lily, your account... I think your account right here on Winfalla, you would get 1 token for all, I don't know, 4 or 5 of your tunes on here, and you'd have to merge them to somewhere else. I think that's how that would work.
Greymaster says he'd like to move his old hunter to Landy for free. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if and when the free mergers do come out that we can just like surreptitiously move characters we've always wanted to move. Because realistically, that's a thing. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think it's going to just have to be a wait-and-see type of strategy here because, again, because we know so little. This letter, it's great because they're trying to give us a heads up for things that are coming soon. But it's also kind of a pain in the butt because it really does give very little information, very little useful information.
And that's true. She says merging would put her over the cap of 17 tunes no matter where she moved. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm at the Superior Study. Let me do this. Thank you.
Lexicon, you're on Brandywine. You wish all of us the best in the process. Yeah, you're safe. You're pretty safe on Brandy, I think.
You are pretty safe. And Dead Man, I agree, buddy. And Pidden, yeah, I think they'll let us choose. I think
they will let us choose.
They've already said, Vivian in a statement already said that when people are blowing her up. Now the last topic that I'm so excited about, that I'm super pumped for, PvMP. The team is also seriously investigating a new PvMP map in Osgiliath. This landscape would tell the story of the Battle of Osgiliath and the layout of the city.
Gilligat's Island.
It's perfect for smaller and more tightly focused conflicts than the Intermoors. This would be the more perfect platform of a gradual improvements of the PvMP experience overall. We provide additional updates on this initiative as we get deeper into 2015. I think that this is going to be one of the later in... I think this will probably be the last thing that they do.
I would agree.
I think that this will be the last thing. And yeah, I'm excited. It's like Dark Lady said, microfights. It's like Intermoors. It's like the Intermoors. I love the Intermoors. I like going out and capturing stuff. But if I know that if I'm at River Outpost and I know they're eyes in deep and everybody's fighting up there, it takes a good 5-10 minutes to get up there. Where Osgiliath is going to be like, all right, you guys are in a close knitted fight.
Yeah, I would agree. Unless they make it, because when you think about it, Osgiliath was the capital city of Gondor before, any of this. Oh, we did it! I just finished it. Web of the Scuttledells. Awesome. Jeez, I don't know why my soundboard's not working, but I would play my victory noise. So, yeah, pretty much everything in this letter is just a broad, here's what we'd like to work on. Nothing for what they've mentioned that's near implementation. None of it is near implementation, is the reality. All we know, again, is what they've told us, really. So all of this is just pure speculation, which is part of what makes it fun. So the thing is about Osgiliath is, they haven't said specifically we will have a new map. It was brought up probably a year ago of having Osgiliath be a PvMP map. And they were like, yeah, that's a cool idea. That's a possibility. And over time, it's become sort of like an urban myth on the forums that Osgiliath will be a PvP map. And now they're kind of confirming that, yes, it is a distinct possibility. But Freelorn, in his streams has said, maybe not. Maybe not. We don't know for sure. So it's, again, one of those things where it's like, this is what we'd like to do. We don't know for sure. Beardorn, you missed the kill. I'm sorry. We did it. It happened very suddenly at the end, and I was like, what, we finished?
Now, I've just got a message from somebody, and they sent me a message with a link of people doing an extra overall of the percentages based upon population in the world of Middle-earth compared to what it is right now. The top 4. This is not true. This is that
was a long time ago.
This is tools. Well, this was done January 9th, 2015. So.
Oh, wait. Based on what?
Based upon population as a whole, like 100% of the population is broken into all 29 different little servers.
Right, but how do they get the numbers?
This says using a tool from the XML data from Turbine in real time. So
They took that down.
I don't know if this is true or not, but as it stands, it shows KoolKKyle, Brandywine, the Denmark server, and Gladden is the top 4.
Wait, Gladden's over Landreval?
Landreval's number 5. You guys are within 1% of each other.
Wow, that's new.
They literally have a list of them everywhere. You can like see which ones are most popular.
KoolKKyle has 12, rounding up, has 12% of the total population. Brandywine has 9. Then it goes Gladden's number 4 at 6. Winfola is actually all the way at number 23.
Ooh. Yeah, you guys aren't a huge server, but you have a large internet presence. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, we do. We have more of a devoted group.
You do.
Last 4 that are in the red zone are Nimmerdale, Rittermark, and Gilrian, which I've never heard of.
Gilrian, yeah.
I would imagine some of the lower populated servers would be the RP servers.
See, that's a great question. That sparks another question. Hopefully, all the RP servers will have one giant RP server to go into.
Then again, that raises the question of the friend thing. What if you have a close-knit group of RPs that you just work with on that server, and then you move over, and then you get...
Yeah, Landreval, though, Landreval and Laurelin are both very large, and they have very distinctive roleplay personalities to the servers. So I don't really think that you could combine those two and have it work out well.
That's true.
Those are the English-speaking RP ones. What
But
about
they already did say that they're going to make put the European servers back on the European servers.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we know, and which I think is tremendous.
And Landy isn't either.
Beardoin says, I've got brag rights over Bloodborne. Okay.
Let's see. But the PvMP is going to be cool. I mean, one thing that I'm really hoping that they're going to get is I'm really hoping that they're going to get new monster players. I hope that they give them... I'm not hoping for a lot, but I hope they at least get 2 new creeps to choose from. Because they really do need some more creeps to play with.
Yeah, we've got what, 6 creep classes that are supposed to do everything that 10 freep classes can do?
Exactly. Creeps need help.
And combine?
They do.
Yeah.
It's like when they're fighting on the moors, you can definitely tell that the freeps, when it's an equal battle, sometimes can outweigh them just because there's more diversity in the groups to do stuff. So I hope that they get stuff. What's the percentage of Dwarrowdolf? Dwarrowdolf is number 19 with which is 2% of the population.
So Landreval...
Not 100% sure this is right.
Yeah, Landreval is roleplay encouraged. Laurelin is strict roleplay, but those rules are not really technically... I mean, technically they're there, but in effect, it's not quite like that anymore. Lily says it's not really a rule anymore. It ain't the way it works no more. So it's one of those things where technically yes, but in real life, not so much. That's what RP means, roleplay. RPE is roleplay encouraged. Landy and Laurelin will not be merged. I can almost guarantee that.
Rittermark, the last 4 in the red zone that people are said. This is just speculation. But the speculation of the 4 that are going to be like on the chopping block 100% are Nimmerdale, Rittermark. Yeah, Rittermark's at 2%.
And Landreval is American and Laurelin is European, so the times and everything are totally different. And if you've ever been to those servers and you've made characters and you've hung out and chat for a little while, they have very, very different feels to them. It's really kind of bizarre almost. So yeah, they won't be merging those 2 servers. I can almost guarantee that. Yay, Chop Rittermark Greymaster. Jeez. Get rid of all of them. Oh man, I've got like things I can do here.
And then the last little bit of the producer's letter says, and this is just from the first half of the year, stay tuned for more detail on all of the above, and more will come, along with Menace Tenors, as we dive deeper into the year. We always look forward to your feedback and suggestions so we make this journey together. We look forward to seeing you to Middle-earth as it enters its 8th year. As for an 8-year game, this is really, really strong.
Yeah, it is.
Something that I'm really looking forward to seeing. Also, it's 2 years away, but when the rights of Warner Brothers is done, I'm interested to see, are they going to re-sign, or do you think a new group will get it? I mean, I'm kind of interested to see if a new group got it, what they would do with it.
I don't know. That's an interesting thought for sure. Like oh crap, did I just deconstruct the wrong thing?
Long as one of the biggest things that I think the graphics in LOTRO are very fitting for the game and everything.
Absolutely.
I think it's great. I for one, if they did like a separate, they couldn't really do a separate graphics engine for it. I think they could use some maintenance on some graphics artwork in the game, but
I would agree.
I don't want them to go too far, because I was talking to Laurel about this. I really don't want them to go too far into the graphics work, because people that play LOTRO are usually like not hardcore players, and they're always like, oh, we got to raid at 6 o'clock, be here at 6, so we can raid at 6:30 to do this at 7. By 7:30 we're done, and all this. I don't want them to do that. I just want some graphical changes, and plus the graphics changes also. If they change it too much, a lot of players couldn't play it.
Right, absolutely. And the thing is about LOTRO is, yes, the thing that honestly needs the most upgrade is just server hardware.
Yep, absolutely.
If they upgraded their server hardware, they could, keep it going a long time. But they're going to do that. So, hot dog, right?
Yep. New company would bring fresh ideas as long as they didn't change too much. I agree. I think having a new company in here would be great. I think it's always good not to stay in the pond for too long. You got to get out of it sometimes. I think switching it up would be great.
I would agree. The thing, though, is about it... Oh, Pidden, thank you so much for following. I appreciate it. Yeah, that sound was my phone taking off. I basically have a time machine for a phone, and that was the noise it makes when it starts up. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Dinosaur phone. Yeah, Greymaster says not so much of roleplay incursion roleplay, but yeah, they really do. They do attract very different styles of players, Landy and Laurelin both. So I honestly don't see them merging those two. In all 100% honesty, I can almost, I can't guarantee it because I'm not Turbine and I don't know what the heck I'm talking about officially, but it doesn't make sense for them to merge those two servers. If anything, like you said, they'll find the lowest 4 or 5 population servers, whoops, didn't mean to do that, and merge those and leave it at that. Because it doesn't make sense to...
I think overall, how many do we have right now? We have like, what, 30-something?
29, 30-something?
I think overall, at the end of it, I think we'll probably have like 10 to 12 big servers.
Really?
12 servers. I think that's what we'll have. Maybe even less.
I see. I would see them doing something more along the lines of 18 to 20.
See, I think they're gonna cut it even more than people think they are.
Because, it would make sense.
Because the more they cut, the better hardware they can get for those servers. Instead of getting 6 okay servers, they can have 3 big servers. You know what I mean? And
that's
really good
true.
hardware. So I think they're gonna cut it by more 60-70%.
Ooh, hope you're not right.
I hope I'm not either, but I think I am.
Yeah. We'll so, do you guys? What is your new LOTRO game, Deadman? I don't know. I don't really think. See, the thing is, the only misgivings that I have. We actually had this happen in a chat after the LOTRO stream. Some of us were, messing around, and somebody came in the chat wondering, "Oh man, what I miss?" And we were messing with them, being like, "They're shutting down the game," kind of trolling people a little bit, and it was odd because the things we were saying, like, well, this is happening, and then that's happening, and then you've got all these different things, and when you looked at it, it was like, all right, their budget's been cut severely. They can't afford to hire Chance Thomas, who's the composer for all of Rohan. Incredible composer. They basically can't afford to hire him. They can't afford to pay that guy. Yeah, Greymaster, you were there. You were helping. It was great fun. We said that their budget's been cut. They can't afford to hire, even a composer. They've got, these servers that they're merging. They keep having, say the community manager left. We've gone through a couple executive producers, a whole bunch of different things that we strung together, made it seem like, oh man, the game's closing down, and we were like, haha, and then we were like, oh crap. That was convincing, even though we were joking. So people are like, oh, the game will go on, forever. Nothing goes on forever. In 2017, with the rate we're going in this game, like, what do you do after Mordor? They've set it up so we can do the scouring of the Shire, and we know that with Isengard that we can do something like that. That we can show the Shire kind of messed up and good. So you've got to go back to the Shire, and then what? We're getting close to the end of the books. What do you do then? What do you do at that point? So will they keep the game going? Will they keep it in development, or will they just keep it up and not maintain it and let it go down?
If as sad as this is to say, I'm a huge LOTRO fan. I love Tolkien. But it's a business. This game is a business. And as long as they're making money off this, and as long as it's as big of a cash cow, like right now, free to play, they're making 10 times more than they were than when they were they had subscribers. Because they have so many more players. I think that as long as they're making money, they will always find a way to ensure that there's going to be new product. So a business is a business. As long as they're making money, why would you want to turn the game off? It's like Star Wars Galaxies. The only reason... Rip on Star Wars Galaxies, but Star Wars Galaxies went down because BioWare decided, hey, let's make a new game. Maybe they'll do that with LOTRO. Maybe they'll be like, yay, we've made a new Lord of the Rings Online. We've revamped it. It's the 2017 style. Somebody else will be out in 2016. So, 2016, we all get on our high horse and start all over.
Somebody says something in my chat. It says, Lexicon wants them to detour after Minas Tirith to Rovanion for the Easterling invasion of Erebor. Before we go to Mordor. That would be really cool. And I would love to go south into Harad and other places. I would love to see that, because there's so much. And side is that, how would that work with licensing? I think they'll probably do that. Dark Lily, yeah, she thinks it's going to happen too. I would love to see them bring the Easterlings into it so much more. Going to go to Harad and Rune, yeah. And then Sandberg says, Chance Thomas made the music from the beginning all the way up through Riders of Rohan. And then after that, it's been in-house. Where am I going? Pidden says that after that point, you just make it up. And then Tariel, cough. Beardoin says hot elves. Yeah, you can, shit, they make it up. That's what you do. Greymaster, yeah, they did kind of detour to coincide with The Hobbit. I don't know. Like, I think they'll definitely... Yeah, Bacon, it's me. Hi, what's up, man? So yeah, I think they'll definitely make things up, but it's just one of those things that makes you scratch your head. Like, we're rushing. It seems like we're rushing to get to Mordor. We know we're going to get to Osgiliath and Minas Tirith in this year. What comes after that? Would it be Mordor, or would it be what's after that? We've got 2015, and we've got 2016 and 2017.
How would you feel with a new game? I think there would be a lot of people that would be like, oh, in the old LOTRO, this happened.
Yeah.
I think we just have to suck up and play it, because I think we'd all want to play it, but I think we'd all be a little upset that this version's gone, because this is a lot of people's first MMO, because it's mine. I think it's ours too, and I don't know if it's Laurel's and Lily's, but it was my first one. I don't know. I think I'd be on game with it. I mean, whatever comes this way, I'd be upset to see all these years of work that I've put into these. But I mean, I'd be a little sad. But I don't think that that's going to happen.
I have a different.
Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I have a very different opinion on that. I would like. I love LOTRO, and I got into it because of the lore. I was like, Tolkien, and then I was like, I spent so much time just running around Bree, and like, oh my gosh, there's ruins from the ancient kingdoms. This is amazing. Like, what? My mind was blown. You can run around Middle Earth. This is amazing. And it took me like a year of playing before I figured out what mitigations were, and like, what classes? What's a tank? What's aggro? Like, I was just running around Middle Earth and enjoying it for Middle Earth. And oh my gosh, they have this from the lore, and this is just like it is in the book, and this is just like I imagined it. It depends, would be my answer. If they came out with a new game, it depends. Would I get it right away? Maybe. Would I go early access? If I could, yeah, that'd be fun. But for me, it would depend really on, is it stay true to the lore? Because in this game, they have stayed so amazingly close to the lore that it does just a fantastic, fantastic job. The little tiny things that just mean so much, and you can tell the devs of this game put so much thought into it. But things like Shadows of Mordor, it was, I read the reviews on the game, and I've seen a little bit of the playthrough of the game, and the actual like concept of it is cool, but for me, there's just so many things that are just so lore breaking. It's like, no. I'd never played it. I have no desire to play it, because to me that's not Middle Earth. That's not why I would play. So it honestly, for me, it would all depend. Would this if it was a new game that stayed true to the lore and that sort of thing, then yeah, absolutely I would play it. Would I remember this LOTRO with fondness? Yes, I would. Same as I remember the old Guardian tanking and the whole old Guardian class stuff with fondness. That's what I learned. That's what I grew up on, basically, in gaming. Would I remember it like that? Yeah. But would I enjoy the new one? Yeah, same as I enjoy the new Guardian and the new LOTRO classes. Wow. Man, y'all are talking a lot. Beardo and Druid is telling me yesterday that while Warner Bros. Has all the rights except for the Silmarillion, they don't filter down to LOTRO, but we do have Erebor stuff. The thing is, if it's even mentioned in the books, then we can use it for LOTRO.
Yeah, we can. Now, no offense to Tolkien's son, Christopher Tolkien, the evil guy. Once he once he does disappear from this Earth, we do actually get the rights back. It goes to his other sons that are actually in Hollywood, so they would probably take it, and they'd be like, "Yeah, my father would want this to be out there. Let's do this."
See, that's the weird thing. I don't think he would.
On a side note, I just kind of want PJ to make fucking the Silmarillion into like a movie or a TV show.
Please no.
Maybe me too.
Watch it and be just like, oh yeah.
Oh fan. Oh fan.
I do not. I do not want that at all. Like, I'm a huge fan.
You know you would.
I would watch it, but I wouldn't enjoy it. Dark Lily's like, no, you cannot. It'd be like trying to make the Old Testament into a movie. Just one movie. Like, and Tolkien never even finished it.
Do like a TV show then. Do like a TV show.
Tolkien never finished it.
It's beautiful.
Greymaster says, to his understanding, it's because Turbine's actually a different division than Warner Brothers Games. So Warner Brothers Games gets the licenses filtered down immediately, but Turbine has to negotiate them independently. Turbine. Arathaert, this game has stats? Yeah, it does. Imagine that. Where am I? I'm totally lost.
Get out of here.
Dark Lily. Bacon Donut Butt Bandit. Yeah, I don't think his estate will let it fall into public domain, but in terms of what was lore breaking about the Shadows of Mordor game, the main thing is that one of Tolkien's main things was like, the whole reason why they didn't use the ring against Sauron is that you can't fight evil with evil. It doesn't work that way. And that's exactly, from my understanding, that's what the main character in that game does. He kind of, besides also the fact that an elf, possessing him is like, well, what? So it doesn't really make any sense. So just in terms of, I see what they were doing. They brought in Celebrimbor, which is cool, but other than that, it's like, nope.
I heard it was
Chris Tolkien is like Queen Elizabeth. All of us will be in retirement before there's a chance for them to pass away. Prince Charles will be dead before the Queen. Yeah, really, he will. Maybe they can make it into a Sims video game. The Sims Marillion. Wow.
Oh my god. Let's roll a dice. The dice says 1. The dice says GTFO. Are you kidding me? The Sims
Marillion, dude. The Sims Marillion.
Dude, you can like create. Oh my god, it'd be beautiful.
Laurel, come back from the dark side.
Yeah, Laura, you're down that rabbit hole, man.
Yeah, I've heard the ending is like, what?
Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed us talking about the producer's letter tonight. We could sit here for hours and talk about it. I think we'll have a good time. And as more development comes, we'll schedule more interviews, and we'll sit here and talk about it and ramble on about it.
Absolutely. So
I
don't know how many of you guys listen to the Tolkien Professors podcasts.
God bless.
Oh,
Corey Olsen? Yeah, he's
Corey Olsen, yeah. For those of you who listen to his stuff and like the Riddles in the Dark, that's exactly what we're doing, but we're way less educated. Okay, so yeah.
I think it's gonna be good. I think we have a lot to look forward to in 2015
you guys are like,
for LOTRO.
I have no idea.
I think it's gonna be a lot. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of things to look forward to. I think
absolutely.
The biggest thing that I was most excited for in LOTRO was Moria and Mirkwood, and after that, everything else that came out, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Nothing has been as exciting as Moria and Mirkwood to me as everything coming out this year. Like, I'm actually really excited to see everything evolving this year.
I was actually excited about Rohan.
See,
Rohan
when
I first walked into it,
to me was like, oh, this is cool and everything, but now that we have, but Moria to me, dude, Moria.
I kind of want to add something for the people who be scholarly about like Lord of the Rings. Aside from Corey Olsen, there's this book called A Hobbit Journey: Discovering the Enchantment of J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle Earth by Matthew Dickerson, and it's really, really good comparing like the movies and like what PJ did with that, and like just comparing other elements from like the games and whatnot into like Middle Earth. And just I just wanted to add that. Sorry.
All right, I will definitely look at it. Also, if you are interested whatsoever in Tolkien and the way he thought and the way he thunked, you need to read an essay by him called On Fairy Stories. It basically is his philosophy on what a fairy story is and what it should do, and he considered Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit to be fairy stories. Not so much stories about fairy, but like stories about fairy, F-A-E-R-I-E. Totally different type of thing, but it's one of those things that you can read it 3 or 4 times and it still blows your mind. It's the coolest thing ever. Who's this nerd? Yeah, On Fairy Stories will blow your mind. Absolutely blow your mind. You have to pick apart.
That was to him, not you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got that right after I said it.
I know some colleges offer courses, and I know Corey Olsen has his online, but you don't get credit unless you're actually majoring in them.
Yeah.
The English. But if you're in Maryland, Washington College has a Tolkien course. So.
Yes, actually, Washington College is the college that his stuff is based off of.
Yeah. God dang it. I'm sitting here listening. We're all serious and stuff, and people are playing, like, serious Lord of the Rings or the Misty Mountains Cold and all this. And then Rad Chad gets in here and plays We Them Boys.
You should also read Wayne and the Green Knight. That is fabulous.
Yes.
Also, his new translation came out of Beowulf with his commentaries and whatnot.
Very good.
Passed my essay in mythology for that shit right there. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Fantastic.
I taught a course in literature, and I actually went over what is it called? I went over Beowulf, and we learned about it, and we used his commentary on Beowulf, and all the kids in the class were like, "What? It's amazing!" I was like, "Yeah." It's cool.
We didn't use that commentary because ours was already our mythology book was written by Donna something, and she kind of cut out parts of Beowulf, and she just made it really nice and short. But then the Brit that we had for it made it really long and shit, and it was a compilation of them. So they just kind of picked the same author who did multiple different translations of it and commentaries of it. So we just kind of had a volume set.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, yeah, the special effects of Silmarillion would be absolutely astronomical. I really don't think you could make it. Sandberg says you'd have to break it up and make a film per story. Children of Hurin is very dark.
Show, man.
Yeah.
TV show. PJ directs a TV show. Done.
I think a really cool idea that we could all do is maybe once a week, or maybe once every week and a half or 2, we all get in here and just rant about what's going to happen and read the forums and kind of keep up with stuff and have like we did today, an hour of just ranting about what's going to be coming up. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, Dark, I agree. Every couple of weeks sounds good. I'm down for that. Absolutely down for that. I'm down to clown.
right, guys. Well, this has been fun.
Absolutely.
We'll start doing this all the time. This is Ara. Go check out his channel. Darkla and I are going to keep on trucking in leveling. I'm going to take a quick little break, go grab some foodage from the kitchen. Again, thank y'all for making this community awesome. And if y'all have any questions about anything, just feel free to ask any of us as we try to become your nerd overlords. You know. So, guys,
Noverlords, nerdverlords. Yeah, if you guys watching in my channel, go ahead and check out KoolKKyle and his channel and Dark Lily and her channel. I will link them below. Yeah, go ahead and check them out. They're fun people to watch. Still didn't have a spoiler Hobbit talk. That's next time, Bacon. So long.